Everyone, it's Ryan 1940 here. Today we're taking a look at cold waters, and this is the DotMod. We are FFG-50, the USS TAYLOR. We're tasked to patrol between boxes 12 and 14 here to try and stop the submarine onslaught as they attempt to run into the Atlantic after hostilities were announced. Okay. Now we're gonna see if we can get in and get him. There we go. Okay, moderate surface duct, moderate thermal layer at 201 feet. Going 10 knots. All hands man your battle stations.
On sonar, lost contact. Last bearing.
Look at this. This looks beautiful. I love this model here. What did he say? 306.
We are cavitating.
What is the 306?
Con sonar, new con sonar. Launch transient from Sierra 1.
Okay, let's get our helicopter up.
Aircraft ready to launch. Con, Lyco, aircraft is in the air.
I think that was somewhere over there.
Aircraft transiting to point.
Okay, we're gonna head down this way.
Left 221. Helm I. Con sonar. Launch transient from Sierra 1.
And then we're gonna head out as we come around. We'll go ahead and fire a torpedo at him. I cannot remember what was the map screen. Nope. Let's take a look here. Options, controls. I want to look at the different screens. Oh yes, I'll turn that off. Why is this being like this? This drives me crazy. Okay, whatever. Frickin' A. Yeah, I don't remember the key commands, and I don't know if it's because I got like a HOTAS set up, if it's accidentally making it do stuff, but what is what it is.
Con sonar. Launch transient from Sierra 1.
Okay, SH-60 is going to take care of that.
Make turns for 29 knots.
Go ahead and fire a counterfire.
Shoot 2-1. Aye, sir.
Con, Lyco, aircraft dropping weapon.
Con sonar. Noisemaker bearing 305.
Ooh. Oh, that was beautiful. Glad we caught that. Okay. I think I want to have the helicopter follow up there.
Con, helm, steady course.
Con,
Do
Lyco,
another shot.
aircraft transiting to point.
Okay, we'll well, ideally you'd have your towed decoy out right now, but in the DotMod, it for some reason you will damage your towed decoy and your towed array if you have them out and you're going full speed and doing turns and stuff. Those things are designed to exceed what the ship can actually do, so it can exceed the forces that'll be put on it and be fine.
Turns for 29 knots.
You can't even like tangle the thing up with if you have two of these fish out. They're just designed very well. The only bad thing you can do is if you back down, obviously, because then you risk the cable fouling the prop or the rudder. If it does that, you'll damage it. You'll snag the rudder, or you'll snag the prop. So that's about like the only thing you got to worry about with that stuff. So how's this guy doing now? Oh, he surfaced. Ooh. How do I shoot this thing? Low solution on target? No, really? Oh, okay, we need to get our radar going.
Radar mast.
There we go.
Con sonar, master 1 is classified as submerged submarine.
Yes. Oh, that's so freaking awesome. The helicopter's like circling right around it. Dude, look at that. That is sick.
Con sonar lost contact. Master 1, last bearing 3.
Oh, that's
5.
freaking
Contact breaking up.
sweet. Yes. Oh, man. We sunk it. Oh. Getting some... I wonder if that red line means that that's noises that were... like hydrophone effects that we're picking up from that direction, or if that's like an active intercept. Kind of follows what that torpedo's doing, so... Okay, let's recall our helicopter.
Con, Lyco, aircraft returning to base.
Man, I am very pleased that we were able to do that. That was a really sweet engagement. So I was looking around. I don't think that these helicopters can actually drop sonobuoys, so I think you can only use them as like a weapon delivery platform. And maybe it must be some sort of limitation with the game, but for a free mod, this is amazing stuff. Like, you get to drive surface ships, which is awesome. This model is really nice. It accurately portrays how the stern looks on the long holes. Even in sea power, this isn't quite right, but this is absolutely correct here. Yeah, this is really nice. It's got the center P-way, so yeah, this is super awesome. This is how these things look. There's actually a hallway that kind of goes in between the big hangar spaces that fit both the SH-60s in them. When you get the SH-60 in that hangar, it takes up like that entire hangar space. It's wild that the guys can work on the helicopter in there. Okay, so now I want to drop a decoy, and then I want to go close this direction.
Right 2, 3, 1, 9, helm I.
And then we'll slow down and try to... Oh, this is so cool. I was watching Wolfpack 345's like not sea power videos. I watched the sea power videos, but I was also watching recently a lot of his cold water stuff, and I was like, man, this game looks so awesome. And I bought it a long time ago. It's just I wasn't into it because this default game, there were some choices made to make it a little more easier for people to play, I think. And some of that was like you didn't even see the towed arrays coming out of your submarine. They were just visually like that. So it's awesome to see that DotMod adds that kind of visual towed arrays and towed decoys and stuff like that with the cables. I think we probably need to slow down for this guy, so let's go down to 10.
Make turns for 1.
But yeah, the one thing I don't like about the mod is the Nixie and the SQR-18. You should be able to.
Maneuvering, making turns.
That tow cables are really resilient. They're not going to pop if you're going full speed and making turns and stuff. All right, 10 knots. Let's deploy the towed array. I'm curious if he did a short or long stay, if they came out either or. Really, this goes to like the same space, and you can put it out either one. Okay, it looks like that torpedo is going to clearly miss. Oh, I need to tell this guy to land, actually. So stupid. That was my fault. I don't know if there's anybody left here.
Con, Lyco, aircraft recovered.
It did seem like when we started the mission that there was, on that campaign screen, there was 2 submarines near us. And I don't know if that guy's also in this battle at space, I guess. But yeah, that's so cool that we sunk that thing with guns. What a great way to finish it off. Okay, stow the aircraft?
Lyco, aircraft stowed.
Sweet. Yeah, it looks like the towed array isn't really picking up anything. You know, we can also load another torpedo. There we go. I'm curious how the towed array is modeled with this usually you would know, obviously it'll depend on your speed and how much cable you put out. You can then determine how to put it out, or how to have the correct settings to put it underneath the layer or in the layer, depending on where you wanted to put it. So it doesn't seem to give you an option to do that or look at a chart or something. So I wonder if it's just something that is like a predetermined thing. Well, what happens if we just end this?
Con
Go
sonar
active?
switching to active search.
That is so cool. That's an awesome sound. I'll say that right now. That's so neat. Okay, let's run it this way just a little bit.
052, helm I. Make turns for 15 knots, maneuvering I.
What a great model here.
Con, helm, steady course.
Yeah, when I was on the FFG, this was where the smoke deck was, and we didn't have whatever this is. We had 50 cals up here, but they weren't in like little tower things or anything like that. Where is that? Oh, yeah, man, this is sweet. And the one I was on was a little different. Our boat deck didn't have this sort of davit. It had an actual slewing arm davit. It's pretty neat. It was short story here while we drive up here. Take a look and see if we can pick up anything.
Turns for 10.
When I was in the Navy and on the frigate, I was the leading petty officer guy, so I was in charge of the sonar division. We didn't even have a chief. Well, we had a chief eventually. But for a while, we didn't have a chief, and I was running the maintenance guys. And I remember we have this check that's up in the mast, and it's up on, like, I think on the port side over here. There's an antenna, and that antenna actually connects to the sonobuoys that those helicopters throw out. Every once in a while, you got to do a clean inspect of it. You got to just see if the seals and stuff where it mates to the mast here is fine, and clean it up if it needs cleaning. The guys in my division were all afraid of heights and didn't want to go up there. And I'm afraid of heights, but I don't mind doing it because it's like, you know, it's a job that has to get done. And even if you're uncomfortable, you still have to push yourself to get through it. And I did that a lot with things with the heights because I thought maybe if I just keep exposing myself to it, it'll go away. And anyways, we climb up there. And I can't remember. I think there was like a thin ladder you climb up. So it's not bad. You got an actual ladder. And when you get up there, you see the railings and stuff. That's really how it is. So it feels very safe, and it's like the antenna's there, so you can be secured around the the lifelines here. Well, the funny part was we had gone up, and I had brought this rope with me. It was more of like a string. And the idea was, like, I told the guys that didn't want to go up, like, okay, wait down there, and all the tools and the stuff we need to do the check it'll be in a tool bag, and I'm going to throw a line down once I get up, and then I'll, you guys tie it around the bag, and I'll pull it up. Well, I wasn't thinking, and so once we got up there, the guys are down here kind of waiting, and then I grab my string and I just throw it out, and it just instantly gets caught in the wind and starts wrapping around stuff as it comes down and gets tangled up to the point where they can't reach it and I can't like really get to it. And it was so dumb that I didn't even think to tie like some sort of weight to it. So it just turned into like a giant streamer that was wrapping around the mast. And I think it took like a good 30 minutes to unscrew that situation. And then I ended up tying, I think I had a wrench or something. And so I had tied it around that and like dropped it down. That time it was successful. We were able to get the tool bag up and do the check. I had a really junior guy with me, so I was kind of showing him how to do stuff. Yeah, on the DDGs on the Arleigh Burke, it's way more scarier because there's like an internal structure you climb up, and there's two levels. There's two levels of yard arms. So ours was on the highest one because it was for line of sight for the sonobuoy. So there's an advantage of putting it as high as possible, so you get more range. And so with the Arleigh Burke mast, you actually have to like shimmy out on a bar and just lean on the yard arm. You're not even standing on the yard arm. You're leaning against it as your feet are on a little tiny bar, almost like a ladder rung. And you got to scoot on over all the way to the edge and then do the check. And you look down, it's way higher than this. Yeah. Okay, well, I don't know how the missions really end in this, so we're just going to, I guess, hit escape and... no vessels, yep. Leave combat. Maybe we did that right. Wee, sweet. We got 30,000 experience gained. Crew proficiency increased. The mic was sunk. Total tonnage, that's 8,000 tons. Wow, that's pretty good. We got 22 Mark 46s. Alright, that's really awesome. Well, I think that'll be it. We'll continue on. This is we just started a campaign, so we'll see how long we can last. I think against the high-end subs like Akulas or whatever. Well, actually, I don't think that we would. Yeah, we're not gonna encounter an Akula because this is 1984. So yeah, we don't have to worry about that. But we'll encounter probably some Victors, some Alphas, I'm guessing, and maybe some diesel boats. But yeah, this was the DotMod by Cold Waters. I'm really happy I got to get turned on to it and had a lot of fun. So if you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. Get to them as soon as possible. And see you in the next one. Bye.